In 2003, at an airport in Angola, long forgotten by the world, a Boeing 727 sat at the edge of the runway, like a fossil. Click on the subscribe button and get locked into Crime Chronicles. Its paint was cracked. Its tires were flat. Birds nested inside its engines. The aircraft hadn't flown in years. According to official records, it was dead. But one night, long after the control tower went quiet, two figures walked across the tarmac. One was Ben Padilla, a man with a past wrapped in rumors. Former pilot, drifter, problem solver for the wrong people. The other was a mechanic known only as Luis, a man who understood machines better than people. They didn't tell anyone they were coming. Security cameras later showed them climbing into the cockpit, flashlights cutting through dust so thick it floated like fog. Inside, the instruments were ancient, the fuel gauges unreadable, the flight plan blank. No clearance was requested, no destination was filed, and yet somehow, the engines began to turn. Airport workers miles away later said they heard something impossible that night. The low rising roar of a jet that shouldn't have worked. The Boeing 727 started to taxi, slowly, silently. No lights, no radio calls, just a massive shadow moving toward the runway. The control tower tried to hail the aircraft, no response. Then, against every rule of aviation and logic, the plane took off. Radar caught it briefly, just a blip, heading west over the Atlantic. And then, nothing. No distress signal, no debris, no wreckage. The plane vanished. So did the men. Search teams scoured coastlines. Satellites were checked. Shipping lanes were alerted. Nothing was ever found. Not a wing, not a life vest, not even a confirmed crash site. Officially, the case was closed with a single sentence. Presumed lost at sea, but rumors refused to die. Some claim the plane was secretly refueled and flown to a remote desert airstrip. Others whispered it was sold on the black market, repainted and still flying under a different identity. One theory suggested the men never planned to land at all, that the flight itself was the goal. Years later, an Angolan air traffic controller came forward with a strange detail. He said that seconds before the radar blip vanished, the transponder briefly flickered back on, just long enough to send a single data burst. No coordinates, no altitude. Just 4 words encoded in the signal: do not follow. To this day, no one knows how an abandoned aircraft managed to fly. No one knows where it went, and no one knows what Ben Padilla and the mechanic were truly running from or toward. But pilots flying over the Atlantic still share an old superstition. They say that on certain nights, when the radio crackles for no reason at all, you can hear an engine humming on a dead frequency, a plane with no flight number, no destination, and no intention of ever being found. Subscribe to Crime Chronicles for more interesting content.